Another day, another import tuning game. The genre has basically exploded ever since EA's Need for Speed Underground sold way more copies than anyone expected back in 2003. Now, Ubisoft is primed to jump on the bandwagon with Import Tuner Challenge, the US version of Tokyo Highway Battle, which has been out in Japan for the 360 for some time. While Ubi has promised several tweaks to the game to make it Yank-friendly, so far this early preview build is still very Japan-centric. You'll be spending most of your time firing off the NAS in the quest mode. Here, you'll prowl the vast network of highways around Tokyo looking for competition. When you find it, a simple flash of the headlights will get the race underway. As you take on rivals around the city, you'll build your reputation and earn cash that you can spend on that ultra-hot spoiler or a new set of blinging rims. With more than 5 million possible combinations of licensed cars and parts, you won't find other racers trying to bite your style. As your reputation grows, new parts of the highway are unlocked for play and more challenging competition as well, so it only makes sense that there are more parts to snap onto your ride. Aside from the cosmetic changes, you can also tweak the car's performance by adjusting the gear ratio, springs, and a plethora of other options that will keep your inner gearhead happy. Any adjustments you make can be taken out for a test drive before you commit. The car tuning takes place in parking garages scattered around the city. You can go inside and tweak your car to your heart's content and square off against other racers who've decided to park and adjust. While some aspects of the Japanese version of the game have remained, like driving on the other side of the road, Ubisoft is ensuring that some changes are being made as well. The biggest is the addition of time zones. This allows you to race on the highway at 3 different times of day. More than just a cosmetic makeover, certain rivals can only be found at certain times of day or night. Not to mention it breaks up the neon monotony that has plagued the series since it appeared on the Dreamcast. Other additions include some new sections of track and a brand new in-cockpit view that gives you a thrilling sense of speed. Aside from the quest mode, there's not a whole lot more to do in Import Tuner Challenge. You can go head-to-head with a buddy via split screen or hop online for some competition. Sadly, it's not a persistent world as in Test Drive Unlimited, but at least you can take on friends who don't live nearby. Out on the road, Import Tuner Challenge plays completely differently than most racing games. Instead of merely crossing the finish line first, there's a meter that goes from one side to the other depending on who's leading the race. If you're trailing or swapping paint with the guardrail, your damage meter will dwindle. Once the meter hits 0, the race is lost. Conversely, staying in first place will cause your competitor's meter to drain. And once it hits rock bottom, you take the checkered flag. This tug-of-war system has been in the series for a while, and is still a refreshing change from the norm. With a fairly simplistic underlying plot, complete with boss drivers to defeat, at the very least, you can expect a unique experience from Import Tuner Challenge. It walks a fine line between arcade and simulation, and will let you know if it's a jack of all trades or a master of none when it's released in September.